Thank you to our patrons for helping make this podcast possible.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Void FM. Your
What's
boys
good?
Rav and Kill Bill the rapper. Bill always talking over my introduction. You know, almost 20 episodes in. What's up, Bill? How you doing?
I waited for you to get done talking that time. I'm good, man. I'm having a grand old time. I slept a lot today as I was up late streaming.
Ooh. What were you streaming?
These nuts. But no, I actually was streaming. Oh, you were there. I played a little bit of Mortal Kombat. I played some Sega Saturn games. I played some. I just hung out. I got really stoned. Like really stoned.
We
Uncomfortably
listened to
stoned.
music. That's what I remember. That was my favorite
Yeah.
part.
We did listen to music. We listened to a little bit of everything. It was beautiful.
I'm going to do that today on my stream. I'm going to listen
You
to some
should.
music probably.
Hell yeah, that'd be super sick.
That's always fun, you know. I have to say something, man.
Go ahead.
I feel like I've been holding it in, but it's better that I just come out with it and say it now rather than like push it away and then it slips out later.
Can't let it fester.
I can't let it fester. I feel like we've been growing apart, man.
Yeah?
I feel like we ain't been hanging out lately.
Yeah. I
Something
feel
like
like
that.
that too. I mean, I was going to ask you why you've been ducking me for real.
Okay, I'm glad you feel a similar way.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Why do you think this is the case?
Probably because you're jealous.
What? Jealous of what?
Like me, you know?
So
Just the whole thing, you know?
So why don't we hang out no more? Why don't we like?
You're the
I
one.
don't know you no more.
You're the one ducking me all the time, dude.
Is your perception?
The perception of like, hey man, let's hang out, let's go get some dinner sometime, and then you're just like, oh dude, I'm in London.
Yeah, I feel like that's a perception thing.
Yeah, I disagree. I think that you kind of did that shit on purpose for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to call you out in front of everybody like that, but I do kind of. There is a part of me that feels like you moved to another continent just because you didn't fuck with me like that.
Let's not linger on that thought. What are we doing this week, Bill?
I have no fucking clue.
This is you. This is your
You're right.
moment to shine.
You're right.
This is your time.
You're right. Hold on. Let me use all of my brain power.
All of it? Careful now. Careful now.
Hey. All right. Now that I'm done with my stretches, I can use all of my brain power.
Remarkable.
How about let's do something crazy.
You are now tuning in to Void FM.
40-50 feet, why don't you turn around and let's go back and into the table. Okay. Let this turn around to your right. Set up. Forward. And just lead him. I just denied that field if you pick up the pizza. I don't want to go into the side of like a quarter. That's right. Let them get a view from there and I'll see what the field of view looks like.
Now, while the intro's playing, we got to figure out what we're gonna do.
While the intro's playing.
Yeah. Quick.
We're doing a live TV show.
Yeah.
And while the intro's playing, you're like, what do we do? What do we do? All right, Bill. You said we were going to do something crazy. What are we doing?
Man, I wanted to talk about. Well, okay. I just feel like I've been really missing being on tour. Everyone keeps anytime I go on stream or do a live or just show my face online, somebody's like, man, you got to come to Nebraska or whatever, you know, which by the way, I would go to Nebraska, but I miss being on tour. And it's got me thinking a lot about like, I miss being on tour specifically with you guys
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe it could be like a cool thing to reminisce on some of the cool behind the scenes or maybe even in front of the scenes moments from tour, from our various tours that we've had together. And then maybe even just talking about like our times hanging out. I feel like people want to know what we're like. Let's get a little parasocial, but it's like we're being social with each other and then they're being parasocial by seeing it. How does that make you feel on the inside, like in your tummy?
I'm okay with this.
Okay, good. I'm glad that I've got your approval.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a little worried. I was a little worried that you'd shoot it down.
No, I'm not like that. Come on now, man.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm just pulling the audience's leg right now a little bit.
People forget I'm chill.
I didn't forget you're chill.
I'm chill like that.
Okay, you kind of like lost some chill points by saying it like that, but
I'm chill like that.
okay. Okay.
Hey, I'm chill. Which reminds me, sorry. It reminds me, I was having a conversation with Mitch earlier. I was telling him, he couldn't understand it because he's Canadian, right? I was saying
Disease.
that, like, yeah, you get it. I was telling him, like, sometimes you won't be angry, but then somebody would be like, yo, you're so angry. You know, like, oh, I don't know why you escalated that. Or, like, I don't know why you reacted like this. And then it puts you in a position where you can't really say nothing back without sounding aggressive.
Yeah.
Like here, for example, you're sounding aggressive. I'm not being aggressive! It's just like no matter how you say it sounds aggressive. Or like, hey dude, I don't know why you're sounding so angry right now. I'm not angry! Who's angry?
You know what's crazy? This is just how you talk normally off camera all the time. It's
You see what I'm saying? Like, no
Yeah.
matter how you put it, it's an uncomfortable position to find yourself in. Because what are you supposed to say?
For sure. I mean, how often do you find yourself in that specific position with that specific volume in your voice?
It depends.
Like,
What do you mean that
let's just
volume?
say-
I gave you a good range
yeah, you're right. It's a
of
good range.
responses.
It was kind of like a brick wall of sound.
Okay,
a little bit,
how
yeah.
about here's a different one that
Okay.
that is not also isn't angry, but people will dispute and say that it is angry.
Okay.
There's not gonna be much volume, okay?
Okay.
Hey, I don't know, man, why are you being so angry? I'm not fucking angry. I'm not fucking angry. I'm not angry. I'm not fucking angry right now. See?
Yeah.
That's another one. And people will say, well, dude, you sound angry.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say I would use the phrase chill like that for that one. I'd be like, oh, yeah, he's chill like that.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, okay, damn, I didn't know you were chill like that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta be like, hey, why are you angry right now? I'm not fucking angry. One of those numbers. You know what I mean? Like, I almost knocked my camera over for real. I'm out of control.
I agree with you, though. Fuck, that's such a good point.
But saying, like, why are you so angry right now really is kind of like the goated deflection technique, I think. If you're gonna
But it
be like,
sucks, dude. I was thinking about it. You pulled it the other day on me. And I was like, what am I supposed to say? Because I'm not angry. Right? But now
yeah, but you were screaming.
I wasn't! I definitely was not. You know, and I was thinking to myself, like, oh, man. Fuck. Now no matter what I say, it's going to sound like I am being, you know, like, too into it. It's just like, oh, I actually don't care. It never works, right?
No, you should.
like-
That's super goated. You know what? Never cared. I never cared. I never cared about this thing. I've been LARPing as caring this whole time. That's the one.
That doesn't come across as genuine, though.
What do you mean? It means you're not as good. You're not a good actor if that's the case. Let's do it. Let's fade an argument right now. Let me
Okay.
show you how it's done. Okay.
let's do it. Let's do it.
All
Let's play
right.
it out.
So you hit me with the like, why are you so angry right now?
Yo, why are you so angry right now when I say that I think we need to prevent child slavery from proliferating? You
Angry? Question mark. Never cared. Woo! So I'm having a great time today.
wait. Run it back.
Okay. Let's run it back.
Let's try again. What am I?
Okay.
What is that supposed to say?
You're supposed to hit me with the angry. Why are you so
Oh
angry?
yeah. Oh, why are you so angry that we're saying that it's fucked up that children can get shipped all around the world?
Fuck, dude. Angry. I've never been better.
I'm not done.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
not done.
sorry.
I'm not done.
Sorry.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean you're angry about me saying that I think that children should not be exploited, children's organs should not be farmed, right? I think, why are you getting angry at me for saying I think children should live healthy?
I never once cared about this topic. I'm actually like the only thing I'm angry about is that this topic is in my brain right now.
Children's safety and health? Child slavery? You never cared about child slavery?
Listen, you gotta.
That's what you just said.
No,
That's what you just said.
I'm not angry. I've never been angry.
Well, I am now.
I've never
You're
been
saying
angry in
you've
my
never
life.
cared about child slavery.
Well, you know, it doesn't pop up too much in my noggin, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. You just don't care about it.
What if the answer back is just kind of like, meh.
I'm kind of like a 3.5 out of 10 on that. I don't know.
The way that my life is set up right now, I kind of got to care more about what I'm going to get at the Stuckies to eat later on tonight, you know?
Can't believe you pulled out a Kevin Hart reference.
Did I?
The way my heart is set up right now?
I said the way my day is set up right now,
Oh, sorry.
which is,
Well,
I
when I
guess,
say
the
heart-
same.
Well, he says like the way that my, like, what was it?
My bank
card.
account. Yeah.
Mm.
Why do you get so angry when I bring up Kevin Hart? Why do you hate him? Why do you want to kill him?
Dude. Dude, listen. Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm not angry.
Believable.
I am not angry.
It's like a single tear falls down. I'm not angry.
I'm not angry. I like your response. Your response works sometimes.
I kind of like the like, you know what I mean? Like it's a,
Okay, let's try again. Hey, what do you mean you're angry with the fact that we all mourned that your wife died? Literally just died in front of all of us a few minutes ago.
I never cared. I never cared. Why do you think I'm angry? Do I give off an angry vibe? My goal
I never
in life,
cared.
my goal in life is to be the type of person that, like, if my wife got obliterated by a death ray, next to me in front of people. Their reaction would be, wow, I didn't know he was chill like that. You know?
Yeah, would you turn to the like little plume of smoke and think to yourself, I never cared?
Yeah. Well, I mean, inside I would be torn apart, but outside I would be like, oh, like, and, you know?
But that means you'd be fake.
No, it means I'd be in control of my
You'd be faking.
grief.
You could be faking the funk.
No. Hear me out on this. In this case, my reaction to that would be, you can't tell me how to grieve.
Okay.
Everyone
So-
grieves different, and mine is just being chill like that.
Do you think I could find any example in which that approach could backfire?
What, being chill like that?
Yeah, doing the like I never cared response.
I think the solid one is the like, what do you mean? You seem pretty angry that I care about child safety. I mean, like, that's pretty solid, you know. I don't think there's
That's true.
much better than that one already, you know.
Okay, I'll take that out of context.
Okay. I'm sure someone will.
Nah, no one would.
You're right. Just like the Earl sweatshirt, like, don't care. Like that thing from back in the day.
If you could make up, like force a meme and or social phenomenon of some sort
Mm-hmm.
to happen, like, oh my God, suddenly blank is the rage. Oh, everybody's doing the blank. You know?
Yeah.
What would it be?
I don't know what it would be. However, I know what it would be called.
Okay.
So the other day, me and Square were hanging out. We saw a sign that said free kung fu lessons, but just the first lesson's free.
Yeah.
And Square said, oh, the first lesson they teach you the kung, but they don't teach you the fu. You have to pay for the fu, right?
Okay.
And I thought kung sounded really funny. It's just a funny ass word.
Yeah.
Out of context, we say kung fu, it doesn't feel weird, but just kung by itself.
Yeah.
So I want it to be like, get kunged on, you know? So whatever that is,
when you
whatever
kick somebody or
kunging
punch
is-
somebody. When you
Yeah,
do some kung fu,
yeah.
get
you do-
kunged on.
Yeah,
idiot.
get kunged on. You
Get
know, and
kunged on, idiot.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm kunging all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this place is full of my kung. You know, like that
I'm
kinda-
kunging it in my pants
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, because you're kicking in pants. You're wearing pants, so
It's the only thing I'm wearing, so that's why I'm kunging in my
I'm
pants.
kunging in my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
ah!
that's it.
Oh, almost kunged on my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, anytime you almost hit something. Oh, sorry, I almost kunged on your
Whoa.
face.
Almost kunged on my own damn lip just there.
Yeah. I would teach myself to like punch really far away and be like kung shot. Ah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that type shit. So yeah, that would be whatever. Yeah, just assaulting people like violently and then be like, get kunged on
Yeah.
and do this with it. Also, there's
Yeah.
impact font. We're using impact font for all the
Okay.
memes for it. What about you?
What are we talking about?
If you could force any cultural moment or a meme to happen.
Crank that Roy.
Oh, dude. Can we get the lore on Crank That Roy? Do you want me
Right.
Roy. Yeah.
Right.
For people who don't know, there was a group called State House in South Carolina, Orangeburg to be specific, and they had a dance called Crank That Roy
Mm-hmm.
back in like 2008 or something like that. When I was in high school, like when like everybody was doing the Crank That Roy, and it was like sort of a local thing, but it kind of broke out into like the Atlanta scene and stuff, and then they ended up getting like picked up by Grand Hustle Records, which was T.I.'s group. I think they got dropped, unfortunately. Crank That Roy was a big dance that everybody fucked with. Rav, I need to see you at some point. I need to see you crank that Roy.
Okay.
The dance looks like lunges, low key. Like you're doing
Mhm.
lunges but spinning.
Yeah.
We don't dance no more. All we do was Roy.
Right.
I feel like you can't just like take their thing though, right? Like that's a thing that they already like. You could popularize it, sure, but like I'm kind
No,
of like,
I'm
what
just
if you had
saying if I could force a thing to have happened, I would have made it so that thing would have popped off.
so basically what you're saying is crank that Roy. Is it same in the same universe as getting kunged on?
Sure, why not?
Perfect, dude. Oh, I got
Yeah.
kunged on at the Crank That Roy concert.
Mitch, you listen to these podcasts as we record them. How do you feel?
I'm feeling kind of conged on.
Bill, you know how like in other podcasts and shows, the producers will like you can hear them laugh,
Yeah.
right? On ours, you never hear the producer laugh.
Yeah, but that's not Mitch's fault. That's kind of ours. I
I was gonna say
think, yeah.
we have not once made Mitch laugh.
No, it's really sad actually. He just pity laughed right there, but he's like
did.
really kind of.
That's
He's kind
not
of
nervous
true.
laugh.
That's
It's a
not
nervous
true.
Sure. Yeah, it's not true. It is not.
Dude, earlier I was crying from laughter, and
Mm.
you didn't even crack a smile. I don't think
He was like this the whole time.
That's not true. That's
Yeah,
not
we
true.
didn't
I
hear
was
you.
laughing. I just didn't have my mic on because I'm always worried about audio levels.
Well, just don't worry.
I think this is the episode where you could just kind of kick the fuck back. This is one of those. I think
This is one of those. Also, you could turn yourself down if you're worried.
Okay, I won't. I'll turn myself up.
But yeah, no, actually, now while we got Mitch in here, Mitch, if you had to fucking do the thing, sorry, if you had to make, or if you could make any like cultural moment happen, or like make a meme or whatever, like what we were just talking about,
Yeah.
like what would it be? Like what would your mark on mankind be? It doesn't.
No,
have to
not your
necessarily-
mark. That's not how I interpreted it at all. I'm just saying, like, what do you wish would have happened? I'm basically saying, like, oh, I'd be interested in a universe where Crank That Roy popped off.
Yeah,
It has no involvement with me.
the get kunged on thing, I want to take credit for.
Yeah, sure, but that's
That's
like
my
an
thing.
ego thing. That's a you ego thing.
Yeah, I guess.
I just want to watch people crank that Roy a little more often. That's all.
I get that. That's valid. But yeah, Mitch, what would your thing be?
That's a tricky one. I'd say, I think it would be cool if, like, you know, when people are doing like planking and stuff, that instead, or like just those trends where people would just go and like do something somewhere, and that was the whole thing. I think it would have been cool instead of that. People just did like a backflip in random locations, and then just random people were just learning how to backflip, and then everybody was hurting themselves. And I think that would be funny to watch because there'd be a lot of people trying to do backflips.
Oh, so you want people to suffer?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I just think it would be funny because I like watching backflip fails.
Yeah, planking
Is
was
that
a
a
weird
red flag,
time.
Bill?
Is it a red flag?
Yeah.
I'd say it's like a deep orange.
Is it a red
Okay.
flag to enjoy fail videos? Huh?
Why would you ever want to see someone fail, Mitch?
Because it's funny.
That's fair.
And I can say I would never do that.
Yeah, just think of if we're talking about flags, is the deepest orange you can get. Like it's
Yeah,
Instead
that's
of
what I
being
was
fully
thinking.
red.
it's like on that. It's on that like the American Dad, like you all right.
Look,
Like, you
I
are
know
right,
the
yeah.
backflip thing is like a mid. It's like a mid suggestion I just made, but I was put on the spot, and it's the first thing I thought of.
You did
So,
good, Mitch. No, you did good. You did good.
Thanks, Dad. I mean, Bill. Oh
Whoa, this is really awkward.
no.
Have any of y'all ever called a teacher mom?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever called her mommy?
No, did you do that?
No, I never did that. I just thought it'd be funny. No, I did one time, but it wasn't as bad as everyone made it out to be. I said mom, and then everyone looked at me, and I was just like, I mean, Miss So-and-so. And then everyone was just like, it was like everyone looked, and then just was like, like they just
there
got
is a
turned away.
moment when you accidentally call your teacher mom that she is now
Your mom.
your mom.
Yeah.
She is like now partially responsible for you. She is 0.25% your mom now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's your mom at that point.
Yeah.
You have that special relationship with her now. You've called her mom. She's not
Dude.
like the other teachers.
One time I was at a Blockbuster with my mom. I was like 11, and there was this lady who, like, from behind looked exactly like my mom. She had like the same hair, same everything, right? And I just walked up to her and like grabbed her by the shoulder. And you know, like me and my mom are like sort of unhinged. Like we just say dumb shit to each other all the time, you know? And I just like grabbed her by the shoulder, was like, hey, like that, like I was like gonna scare her. And then she was like, ah! Like, it was like and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just like walked away. And then I found my mom, and then like I told her what happened. And she was like, oh, that was you? Like she heard the shriek. It was like the worst possible way to do that. Just because, hey, like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's awesome.
Yeah. Shout out that lady. She was a trooper. She didn't say anything. She just kind of looked at me.
Did you ever have like teachers call you when you were younger like sweetheart or like, now listen sweetie, like that kind of thing? Because I used to, even when I was a kid, I was like, I hate that they call me that.
Yeah. Well, I'm from the South, so everyone calls everyone that. So it's like not that weird to me. Like I did one time, not like that, but one time I was with my dad in it was like a Winn-Dixie, which is just like a Southern grocery store. And there was a lady there who was like, she was like in her 40s, and she was like moderately attractive, but like I wouldn't have said like, oh, I have a crush on her, you know? But she called me sweetie, and something about that made me like stumble and go like, you know? And then my dad was just like, think he's got a crush on her, you know? And I didn't. But then I was so embarrassed at the idea of having a crush on her and my dad roasting me for it that I would like force him to like avoid her at the grocery store, like get out of her line. I'd be like, yo, we got to go over here. I'm not doing that.
And he's like, someone's popping a little boner, huh?
Yeah, like, but he would say shit not like that, but he would say like, yo, like you, oh yeah, I get it, because you like her and stuff like that. And I was like, no, it's because you do that, you know? And yeah, he said it like in front of her though. It was like mortifying. Like, this looks like somebody's got a little crush on somebody. And I was like, why would you do that?
That's like low-key.
Isn't that weird?
It's like my mom would do that stuff too, and it's that kind of thing that makes you like not want to share that kind of stuff with your parents. Like when that you actually like have a crush. Because I never told my parents once if I had a crush on someone. I never talked to my mom about that ever, because she did stuff like that.
At least, Bill, you won't have to worry about dealing with that ever again.
Yes.
Damn it,
as
dude.
my father as my father is dead. Yes, Ralph.
Hey, I'm just trying to look on the bright side here, buddy. I'm sorry you're such a pessimist.
I'm
For
trying
sure.
to be Mr. Silver Lining here, okay? And you guys are dogpiling me for what?
Yeah. Yeah, for what? It is weird though. Like, I never told anybody this, I don't think, but like my first girlfriend in high school, my mom told me, she was just like, she was talking about her one day and she was like, yeah, I don't like that girl. But this is before I asked her out, right? But I had a thing for her and I was like, I'll ask her out. And I asked her out and she said yes. And I was afraid to tell my mom that she was my girlfriend because she was like, hey, I don't like that girl. Yeah.
Did you end up telling her?
Yeah, I did. And she was like super duper supportive. She's like, oh, good for you. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it was not a very long relationship. Let's just put it that way. Have I ever told that story about me just being weird and losing my first girlfriend in one day?
I don't think you have on Void of Fame.
No.
I could, if y'all, do I have the floor? Is that something?
Oh, you have my permission, Bill. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, no, I asked this girl out, and I had never had a girlfriend at that point. I was like 14, and I had never had a girlfriend at that point, and so I was at a small school, and people kept coming over and be like, hey, are you dating her? And I'd be like, yeah. Oh, are you dating her? Yeah. Are you dating? And I was like really annoying. Like it was like all day people were coming up to me like, oh my God, you got a girlfriend? It's her. So then like I'm in the cafeteria at school And then somebody comes up to me in the lunch line and like interrupts me while I'm ordering food. And I just said, "Hey, everybody, I'm dating so-and-so," right? And then she broke up with me like 6 hours later. Yeah. It didn't go good. It didn't go too good. Yeah, I didn't know that was
in your head. The thought process was like, "Damn it! Once and for all, I'm just gonna yes, I'm dating her."
Well, there was a part of me too because I was kind of a class clown and I would do dumb shit like that all the time.
Okay.
That I was like, "Oh, okay, like this isn't that weird," but I didn't think about the fact that it would like embarrass her or that it would make me look weird. You know, it was for a while there. It was really difficult for me to separate like me being silly and me being like a genuine because I was so young. Like I just didn't think about it like that. I was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna be silly all the time."
Yeah.
Type beat. Yeah, but yeah, it didn't work out too well. I mean, she was still like friends with me and stuff. She was really like, cool about it. Like she wasn't like, "Ugh," you know. I kind of fumbled. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, not kinda. You big fumbled.
Yeah. Hey, what can you do? Not that. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything other than that?
Like literally.
You should have responded when she broke up with you. You should have responded with your like, "I never cared."
I never cared. I never cared. It's weird that you'd think I'd care, actually.
Just gaslight her.
Yeah, facts. No, she when she broke, dude, the thing that's so crazy is like this is how you could tell I was like weird and awkward. I had no idea it was coming, dude. No idea. I remember once, I was like when I first started playing football, and there was a guy in the locker room who used to date her, and he was like, "Hey man, like, I don't think you want to do all that." And this is like after I said that, and I was like, "Why?" And he was just like he basically, I think he knew that she was gonna break up with me.
Yeah.
He like pulled me to the side and was like, "Nah, man, like you should just move on," type shit. And I was like, "Why is he telling me this?" And then I went home. And she called me on my landline for some reason. And I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then she was just like, "Hey, I hope you're having a good day, but like, I think we should break up." And I was like, "It's been a day." Like,
do you think he was hitting that?
Do I think he was hitting that? Excuse me? What?
What are you talking about?
What?
Let me get this story straight. This is recent. This is college.
I was 13. I was 14, 15, maybe at tops. You know?
I misunderstood, okay? It's a simple little misunderstanding. I misunderstood what...
My favorite thing about you when you're really high is like, I'll tell you a story and you'll get like the broadest point of it. You know what I mean? It's
like my understanding of your stories is like an impressionist painting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like looking at a room like this. Like, oh, you can kind of see.
You could tell the vibes. The vibes I capture sort of accurate, right?
Yeah.
Like what I described there was pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think maybe there were some critical moments that were missed. And that's fine, you know, like people miss things. No, they weren't involved at all, I don't think. I just think that he had an idea that because she was a year younger than me, and so
why would she date you for a day?
Why would she date me for a day? Probably because I yelled in the classroom that we were dating, and she got mortified and then broke up with me.
When she broke up with you, how did you feel? Did you have a moment of like, wait, what?
Dude, I like straight up, this is how dense I was. I had no idea why. Like, no idea.
Why would she break up with me?
I was like, not that like that, but I was just like, I had a thing that I was like really jazzed about. I was like, hell yeah, we're like in a relationship now. Like, this is my first relationship. She was like really pretty. She was really cool, you know? And I was like, hell yeah, this is sick. And then it was just like, well, that's gone. And I was just like bummed. Like, there was no part of me that was like, why did this happen? It was just like, it happened. And I just like was like, oh yeah, you know, I
There
never
wasn't
like
a part
told
of you like, what went wrong there? What's
No.
going on? Okay.
like none. Like, no part of me was like that, which is crazy. I mean, I was really young and I was like very awkward, you know, but yeah, no.
I want that part about me asking whether your friend was in that. I want that part removed if it seems unhinged. I just misunderstood what we were talking about.
Yeah, dude. Why would I do that in college, Rav? Like, why in college would I be like, hey, like 20 years old, 21 years old, hey, I'm dating this girl, like.
I thought you were joking when you said you thought this happened. You actually thought he did this when he was 21.
You gotta leave it in now for the context. I think we gotta like fix it. Like, we gotta do a little bit of choppity chops to it. But I'm sorry, Mitch. We're making your life a little harder.
We're making your life more difficult? What is this?
I didn't say that. What are you talking? Oh, Bill said that. Yeah, Bill does that.
Wait, what do you mean? It's a royal we, but it's definitely you more than me, because you're the one who's just like, oh, was he hitting that?
This reminds me of earlier this morning when we were talking on Discord, and Rav said something, and I mentioned it 2 minutes later. He's like, I didn't say that.
I can't remember what it was. You said something. You said something yesterday. I don't remember what it was, but you said like a phrase verbatim. Like, you were like, this dog sure is smelly. Something like that, right?
Okay.
And then like 5 minutes later, you're like, I would never say that.
Yeah, this morning I had to go get a new laptop charger because my dog chewed mine, and I'm in the checkout line and I have my AirPod in, and we're just like, I'm in the call with you guys, and then Rav just goes, I'm Kanye West, ba 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 ba.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
I'm trying to talk to the lady at checkout, and I'm just about to be like, yeah, and then Rav says that in my right ear. All I hear is, I'm Kanye, ba 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 ba. And then I had to leave the call because I was so distracted, and I sit down in the car, I'm like, sorry, I left. I got distracted by that, and Rav's like, I didn't say that. What are you talking about?
Because the context for the thing is we kept like quoting bars from that Forever song by Drake and Eminem and Kanye and Wayne. And so like,
and then I did a Kanye impression. I did my Kanye. I was like, I'm Kanye West, or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And it threw me off so hard that I just stopped and I stared at the woman at the cashier when she asked me a question, and I was like, I didn't know what to say because I was thinking about Kanye West going,
I was doing that on autopilot, mind you, so I didn't realize that that's what I was saying. I was just being a silly goose. Mm-hmm. So when he was back and I was back, and he was like, oh, yeah, I had to dip because Rav's saying he's Kanye West. I was like, huh? No, I didn't.
Yeah, you said it so serious. I was like, for a second, I was like, is that not what he said? I was getting gaslit.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You're crazy for thinking that, Mitch. For real.
Yeah, that's just crazy, Mitch. You came up with that. Okay, so since we're already on the subject matter, might as well do it. What are your problems with me, both of you? Just fucking lay it all down. Might as well just handle it.
Get it out in the open. Just go ahead and say
Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Yeah. I just
let's stop delaying the inevitable.
Let me just write some down real quick, and I just like stay writing for like a long ass time.
3 hours. Yeah. Scroll. Yeah.
You know what it is? I feel like your weakness is that you don't have no weaknesses.
Hey, yo, that's not true. Shut the fuck up. Yo, you know
I'm
what your
such a-
problem is? You work too much.
Yeah,
You work too
exactly.
hard.
You work too hard and you're too
You smoke
easy.
too tough.
Yeah, you're too. Yeah, your swag too tough. Your smoke too strong. They'll kill
Yeah,
you.
They will
Yeah.
kill you.
What do you think is like the best way on a resume to just convey that you're the shit? How do you do that? I haven't written a
Have-
resume in a long time.
Have good things on your resume.
No. Let's say that you don't. We got to
Just make
figure
it
out.
up.
Just make shit up.
Yeah, just lie on it.
Just lie.
Okay. I mean, what are they gonna do?
Exactly.
References?
What,
Never heard
they're
of it.
gonna fact check me? Nuh-uh.
Chances
I'll-
are they won't.
I actually graduated cum laude at
Yeah, that's when you come loud.
yeah.
You
I
graduate,
came-
you go, ah!
I was the loudest comer at Harvard. Harvard
Yeah.
Law had never seen such a loud spurter, bro. It's some other shit, dog. It's some other shit.
So that's good. That's good. If we had to talk about Mitch, like we're talking with someone, and we had to express to them, like Mitch, like his essence, his defining features, what sets him apart from everyone else, right? What would we say?
We'd like
say,
physical or like
just in general, what comes to mind, you know? I would say like very wholesome,
mhm.
well-intentioned, high-spirited, bald,
I knew you were gonna say bald.
but
like
like,
that.
but like, I would give him that kind of angle, you know?
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I would also say that he's buff. You got to work that in there too.
True.
Yeah, he's
A gym rat.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the 24-inch pythons, and I'm not talking about his penis. Is
No. You're talking about his gear that he takes.
Yeah, the gear I
Yeah.
take.
Yeah. That HGH is going crazy.
I got HGH and I inject it into my butt.
Hell yeah. I got the HGH and I freaked it.
Yeah. So that's what I would say about Mitch, and then about you, I would say, you know, he loudest comer. He come
Mhm.
louder than anyone. No, what would I say?
I put that in there.
I would say very friendly, wholesome, ADHD. Like I would say like this guy is hilarious and his heart's in the right place, but he jumps between dimensions. And
Yeah.
he's not always in this one. That's
For
how I
sure.
would like describe you or something, you know.
For sure. No, I would say something similar about, well, not actually. I wouldn't say that you jump between dimensions. I think that your ADHD is a lot different than mine. But yours, I'd say you're very hardworking, kind, you're silly, you're focused, but on whatever the thing is at the time. Like the laser focus, but it's like at that whatever's the thing, you know? Yeah, dude, you don't care about child slavery.
I would say, you know, like, oh, you're gonna hang out with Bill for the first time today? Yeah. Don't expect him to say anything smart. No, I don't know.
I would just say, hey, you're gonna hang out with Rav. Oh, that's sick. You're gonna have a great time. Just don't ask him anything about child slavery.
All right. So, listener, sweet, dear listener, I have a question for you. I'm just curious, out of curiosity, what episodes are your favorite? What kind of episodes do you like? Is it the more laid back, off the cuff conversations? Is it the more like, you know, taking a trip down memory lane style episodes, or the educational ones? Where y'all hearts at? What about you, Bill?
Yeah. I prefer doing like, because I like just like hanging out and being silly. So I like our like
Same.
laid back ones, like just in terms of like making them, it's fun. But I also feel like there is like I like to see that a lot of people like the not advice, but like just like us talking about like things that we care about, like hip hop or like our take on like where we're at in the music industry and like kind of like do's and don'ts, like that type stuff, I think is cool. So, but like if you were to ask me just like if you had to record like one type of Void FM episode every day for the rest of your life, it would be like something like this one. Or just like, even if it's just like a more pointed, like, oh, we're going to tell stories about this. I like telling stories. I like hearing your stories, you know?
Same.
So those are probably my favorites. I'm interested to see what people think about it, though, because I know like certain episodes will get more views, but I am curious to see like what episodes like stick with people,
Yeah.
you know, as a listener.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think it's. Don't worry, listener. Your comments aren't necessarily going to guide the content in one direction or another. It's more so just, it's interesting, you know? Just getting an understanding of how y'all feel about shit, because this podcast is still new, but we're like a dozen episodes deep plus, you know? We're getting there.
Yeah.
The podcast is developing its own identity and spirit and feel and all that, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's cool to see it go. I also think it's cool just from an analytical standpoint how different it is from We Don't Suck and how it doesn't feel weird to do. I know that like it's just like a part of growth and stuff.
I think growth
Like-
plays a big part in it. Yeah, we're older, right?
Yeah. I mean, there was like stuff towards the ends of We Don't Suck that I think we were both like kind of getting tired of, you
For
know,
sure.
but it was just like a part of the
Yeah.
thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's cool to like step back from it and then come back in and it be something different. And
Yeah,
but
without
still
having
have
to rely on gimmicks.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it feels like it's different than what it was, but it still has that same kind of spirit because like we're the same people, just older and wiser and smarter and cooler and super awesome and
Yeah, keep going.
cool and neat. We're neat. I just think they're neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
What about you? What's your favorite ones to do?
I feel the same way as you do, pretty much. I agree with your assessment. What about you, Mitch?
Yeah. No, I
Our
agree.
producer, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Hell
Okay. I was making a joke. No, I agree with y'all. I've been having a lot of fun with these. I was a fan, and I used to listen to We Don't Suck weekly, which is how I met y'all. And
Mhm.
this podcast feels like it just flows a bit nicer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really love the variety of topics. And you guys are very knowledgeable, and it's always fun to listen to you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Sometimes
that.
I worry that Bill and I talk so much and we get like passionate and we have there's so many good moments off cam, off mic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we hang out so much and there's so many laughs and good moments and everything. Sometimes I worry that by the time we come to do the podcast, we're like, oh, what do we talk about? Oh, what do
Yeah.
we do?
I
You know,
think
and it's like, oh, I guess let's just hang out. The same thing we usually do.
Yeah.
yeah, dude, is it funny? Like, I feel like maybe this is just being like content brained, but does this happen to you ever? Like, we'll be like hanging out in Discord, like just talking, and then like one of us will like say a joke that'll be really funny, and I'm just like, man, if a microphone was here right now, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Ah,
What
yeah.
if we're lying? We're actually super not funny off
Well,
mic.
there's only one way to find out. Is to get a mic and cam on us 24/7 for a period of time.
Would you do that?
Yeah, we'll do it. Sure.
I said, would you do it? Yeah, we'll do it.
We're going to do it, Bill, whether you agree to or not.
I've never done like a long thing like that before.
Like for
Like a-
sleep, we will sleep, but when we wake up, it's shooting time.
Click, click.
Well, you're being shot the entire time.
I'm being shot with a
Yeah.
gun the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would this be a live stream or would this just be like a video?
Either or.
Both of them. We gotta, dude. It's time for the EXO content house, dude.
Oh my god.
Every time someone says some shit like that, I'm just like, bro, I am 33 years old. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
bro.
doing that
Hell
shit.
to the fucking no.
Hell no. Hell no.
What, you don't want to live in a house with your friends and be in close proximity with them 24/7 and always be making content 24/7 with your friends forever?
That doesn't sound like the worst thing, the friends part at least, right? It's more so I value my private time.
Yeah.
Or
Same.
like
Yeah.
you know, me and my loved ones, or you know, like the intimacy of my privacy and all of that have a value. So to me,
Yeah.
is
You
basically
need
my
your
answer.
JO time,
I have to have my JO time.
or else.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like that sense of safety and
Yeah,
security. And,
no, for sure. I feel like the thing, and this is the thing that's like stressed me out a lot, being around people like in like LA who are kind of like that, who are just like, okay, we wake up, we go, 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 go. And then it seems like they don't, there's never like a moment, and maybe it's because I'm there in those times, but like it feels like there's never a moment where it's like people are just like, even when they're chilling, they're not chilling.
I know
Like,
what you mean.
it's always like a thing is happening. And I'm not against a thing happening. I think that is great in like small bursts or like a period of time. Like, oh, 2 weeks, we're going to go balls to the wall with this. That's fun to me. But like the idea of that never stopping is like insane.
Interesting. I'm kind of in between. I see where you're coming from, and it all sounds very reasonable the way you lay it out. On the other
Mm,
hand, I'm someone who is constantly making something. You know,
yeah.
I get inspired to work on the album. I'll go balls to the wall with it from the moment I wake up to the moment I pass out. Suddenly, I want to work on beats. I'm fixated on making beats. I'm gonna do that. Suddenly, I'm fixated on editing videos, editing new episode of Cognitive Exotica. I'm gonna just do that. I always jump from something once in the, but in between it all, I'm nonstop smoking weed. I also take time to watch content I enjoy and chill and breathe. But I work
Yeah.
7 days a week. You know, I think
Yeah.
there's like a way of doing it where you can. I feel like I've found a better balance in my personal life of like smoking weed and relaxing and but also working nonstop in a way that doesn't feel like depleting or life sucking.
For sure. That's
So
not really what I'm saying though. I think that like to me that almost what you're talking about to me is like your chill time because you enjoy doing that thing. Not to say that those people don't enjoy doing that thing, but it's like it feels like a very like not like solitary thing, but it's like okay,
yeah,
cool. Like when I work on stuff, typically speaking, like I just kind of like even if I'm like super dialed in and diving into it, like it feels like it's like a me thing.
yeah, for
Whereas
sure.
like with the content house stuff, like that kind of life, I've never been in an actual content house, but people who are just like really hustling, you know, it feels like there there is none of that to an extent. It feels kind of like, oh, like what are you doing tonight? Cool, come with us. Cool, come with us. It's like big groups doing
Yeah.
big things all the time. And I think that it's like super fun to be in for a while, but then like when you like it gets tiring for me. Like by the end of it, I'm like, damn, I need to like fucking like lay down, dude. You know what I
I
mean?
think some
Like,
of our fans saw the Deception Falls documentary and were like, "Oh, like imagine them and how they should live together." You know, but
yeah.
we're all adults,
That makes it less fun
scattered
too,
across the
though.
world.
Like that's what made Deception
It
Falls
wouldn't have
special.
made it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't have made it special, right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
I think that that's what I'm looking forward to because like I think that what was the first one was Solar Flare. I guess was the first one we did like that, right? Like in person.
Hmm. I'm trying to think if Solar Flare might have been the first one. I think you probably right about no Ramona, but yeah,
Yeah, that felt a
and
little
Beneath the Toxic
different
Jungle.
though. But like, yeah,
That's
well,
true.
both of those. I feel like Beneath the Toxic Jungle was like more of you being separate from me because like you were working on
That's
that there
true.
too, but it wasn't. And even like with Ramona, you were like really involved, and that did feel
True.
kind of like the same thing, but like not in a sense of we set out specifically. Okay, cool, we're gonna do this at this time and do it this way because like that was like when we went to LA and we were like just trying to like network
Hmm.
for Solar Flare. We're trying to network with people, meet people, and also make an album. And
Hmm.
I look back on that time like it was so sick. Like it was like I met so many people. It really felt like a culmination of a lot of years of me like wanting to do that and it being like meeting so many people from online and like people that I like look up to and stuff. It was like really cool, you
Long
know?
overdue to hydrate.
Yeah, yeah, for real. And then like it was a really like exciting time. And then with Skin, it felt like it was also exciting in a different way, like almost like a cozy way. You know, it was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, like, and we had also like there was other shit going on too. Like we had first like that was our first time doing vinyl, and we
Yeah.
like announced it that time, and we did a music video together, and like all this other shit, and it was a lot of fun, you know, and like all of those trips really meant something. And I think that if you like take same thing with Deception Falls, like that was like one of the best times of my life, you know. I look back on that like, oh, this is awesome. But if that was happening all the time, I don't think it would be cool. Like I think it would just be like another Tuesday, you know.
Mhm.
And like my output, I'm always like stressed because I feel like my output could be higher, but I feel like there's nothing that I would trade in terms of like, oh, having better output for like having moments like that, you know.
Mhm.
Like that shit's cool to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds to me like we just need to live in like the same city and have a multi-purpose office / studio.
Fuck that.
That's crazy, actually.
Fuck that. I don't want a company.
I'm
you
not.
know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying company. I just mean like a little common space where we can do some work together.
That'd be cool.
That could maybe work. Okay.
It sounds expensive though. That's the only thing. Is like the idea of like
Yeah.
But
I
like
mean,
maybe
the
if we
expensive
started
part's fine. It's not that's the worst part. It's just like, I think in our realm, like, okay, if we're gonna entertain this thought for a second seriously, I have so many qualms with it. One being like, I enjoy my freedom to go anywhere I want. I could be in Seoul next week, you know. I could be in fucking South Africa 2 weeks from now. I like
Kansas.
that. I could be in Kansas, mythical Kansas. I could be anywhere. And just being restricted to a place for creativity would kind of suck. Also, I enjoy a level of solitude and being in control of my vibes and aesthetics. But the more you share your living quarters, your living space with someone else, the more compromises you have to adhere to. You know, it makes sense. The less control you have, which is fine, which can be good. But for me, in this space, when I say this, like the thing I primarily do, which is very personal music, creating very personal music, I feel like that kind of environment would take some of that away, maybe. But maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff.
I feel like to me, it's like one of those things that like I wish that it was there, like the option was there, but like I also think that it's not really super necessary for how we like do things. Like I think that like don't get me wrong, I think being around people that like make music and make things is like sick. Like I think that that like oh let's do things together thing is cool.
That
But I
is
also
cool.
but I also think that like there's a part of me that feels like I personally get that from doing like our cool trips and like making like almost like taking all that time, energy, and resource into like making a like a stable spot where you guys could do that or where everybody could do that every week or whatever, like or
Mhm.
throughout the week. Like taking that time and energy and just like doing that all condensed in a 2 to 3 week period in a very like foreign place.
Yeah,
Sounds
but I think
sick.
I think all three of us are talking about three different things, right? Like,
Mm.
I think Mitch is probably just suggesting, like, hey, what if we lived in the same town, right? And happened to, like, maybe rent out a space where we all went to work. We did our respective stuff, but it's like a space that we all share.
Yeah.
I would be more for the idea of like us being in the same town or state. That to me is cool because I can come visit, you could come visit, etc. quite easily, but we still have our own thing going on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying more
Mm.
so. Like it's just like it would be nice to have your own private space, but being in community, I guess, with other maybe people would be good. And I think that can come in different shapes and sizes. It can be community outside of music. It's just that I know, like, I oftentimes seek community or find, or most of my community is within the arts and entertainment world. So
Mm.
those are the kinds of people I would like to be around more if it were up to me in terms of physical community, um, rather than certain other people. But for some people, they might want to have just like, even though you might be a musician, you might want your regular friends to just be like people who are not at all in either arts or entertainment. More
Yeah.
quote unquote regular schmegular profession. You know, so
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit. Well, I say a little bit, a lot when you were staying with me, and I feel like there's a give and a take through both of those things because there's a part of me personally, right, who like I like to have people around me who are like in arts and entertainment because they can relate and also like they can inspire. But I also feel like sometimes I feel like when it's like it's like when all of your friends are like in a work friends, if that makes any sense, then there's like almost like you become like, I'm not worried about this happening for you or someone else, but for me,
no,
it's
but
like
I know what you're about to
this
say.
feeling of like almost like you're like in a bubble of like just that. In a perfect world for me, I'm like a little bit of both. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think that's your threshold. That's your boundaries. I think with me, I realized that the self-indulgent part of art is something that's like takes priority over many other things
mm,
in my life. But that's something I'm still learning about
yeah.
myself.
And I feel like that like changes and grows with you.
For sure.
Like your opinion on that might not be the same in a year, or
Oh,
it could be
definitely.
stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's interesting to monitor, and I will be looking at you through a microscope the entire time.
Bill, what's going on Patreon?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
In a way that you've never explained it before. Audio listeners, he's sticking a palm out, rubbing his fingers together, he groping himself, checking his shoulder muscles, pretending to eat a salad visually, sticking out. He's like, "I'll have 2 of those, please. I'll have 2 of those, please. 5, 0, my heart." So anyway, 5, 10, 55, 10, 2, 20, 20, 20 money, 20 money chest, rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. You call chest. Me. Oh, you call Bill. You call Bill and that guy, Bill and Rav. You call Bill and Rav. Bill will throw up on you. We're playing charades, chat. For those who are just listening, I'm just communicating to you the dance that Bill is performing before us. Keep going. Bill. well, and you. We'll take your money from you. No, he'll give you. He'll give you. Bill will give you. Yeah, you. Food for thought. Yeah. Bill will give you food for thought. You give him 20. You give us 20 money, Bill will give you food for thought.
I like how low effort these Patreon ads are becoming.
Low effort?
Oh
Whose
no,
fault is it? You could
unconventional.
have put more effort
Unconventional.
in.
Unconventional. I actually put a lot of effort. I just feel like I put more effort into that than I put into anything this whole week.
I believe that.
Yeah, give us your money. It'll be good. We'll put it in the bank. You ever seen Mary Poppins?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since I was like 4 years old, but I just remember the scene where they're like, "We take all the money and we put it in the bank." I just remember them saying that. I don't know what the...
Nice.
Yeah, anyway. Dumbass movie for real.
The following is a preview of this week's Patreon exclusive episode. Available now over on the Void FM podcast Patreon.
Yeah. Watch him dance. Look at him do his thing.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Here we are. We're at the spot. As you guys know, we always come here. Let's go. Let's get some fucking alien monsters. Check out my dance. Check out the dance.
Okay.
No!
The Earth is hollow. There are aliens inside of the Earth, and there's nothing we can really do about it.